Oh, my sweet, suffering soul. Let me tell you the tragic ballad of my time at the Air Force Institute of Technology, Wright-Patterson of Bad Place, where dreams go to die, slowly, painfully, like a sad little plant left in a dark closet. Imagine, if you will, walking into a building that smells like stale bureaucracy and broken promises. The walls, crumbling, the floors, probably last cleaned when Eisenhower was president, and the support staff, oh honey. They don't support you, they suppress you. Like little bureaucratic gremlins buried under mountains of paperwork, they exist solely to make your life harder. Need help? Too bad. They send you in circles until you forget why you even asked in the first place. It's like playing a game of Where's Waldo, except Waldo is basic human decency and he's never in the picture. And the curriculum, it's like they dug up a dusty old textbook from the Cold War and said, yes, this is fine. We're talking about a technological institute, and yet the tech feels like it's powered by steam engines and wishful thinking. The professors, oh, they're so busy with what you ask, not teaching. Oh no, they're too busy chasing research grants like rabid raccoons after a shiny piece of trash. You're not a student to them, you're an inconvenience, a nuisance standing between them and their next funding check. And let us talk about grading. It's not based on merit. No, it's based on vibes. Did the professor have their coffee today? Did they like the font on your paper? Did you accidentally make eye contact in a way they deemed too aggressive? Congratulations, you just failed. Meanwhile, their favoritesso, ULL know who they Arathi could turn in a napkin with a sad doodle and get an A at S rigged, babes. Rigged like a carnival game where the prize is misery. Now the facilities. Oh, the facilities. If you've ever wanted to experience what it's like to live in a Soviet-era bunker, congrats, you've found your paradise. The dorms, let us just say they're historic, and not in a cute, vintage way. More like a this might collapse at any moment way. The walls are thin, the heating is a myth, and the Wi-Fi, oh, it exists in the same way that unicorns technically exist in fairy tales. And don't even get me started on the location. It's isolated. Like, if you scream, no one will hear you. Isolated. Want to go somewhere fun? Too bad. The only entertainment is staring at the sad, empty parking lot and questioning all your life choices. The workload, oh, it's brutal, but not in a challenging and rewarding way. No, it's brutal in a why am I doing this pointless paperwork instead of learning anything useful way. It's like they took all the worst parts of school busywork, the soul-crushing monotony, and turned it up to 11. And career services, that's cute. You think they help you? Oh, sweet summer child. They hand you a resume template from 1998 and a list of government jobs that pay in exposure and trauma. Want to do something innovative? Oh no, that's frowned upon. The faculty hate change. They hate new ideas. They want you to sit down, shut up, and color inside the lines forever. So here I am, a broken shell of a human. I came here hopeful, bright-eyed, ready to learn. And what did I get? A soul-crushing experience that left me less prepared for life than when I started. So, my dear, suffering friends, learn from my pain. Do not make the same.
I've been looking into crimes near Air Force Institute of Technology, Wright-Patterson AFB, and it feels sad to see how many little tricks hide behind the storefronts around the campus. The businesses near the institute seem to be ordinary shops, but often they have people who pretend to be official and use the trust of tourists for quick cash. The first story I heard about was a fake bail money scam at a local retail store. A tourist got a text that said a relative was in jail and the sheriff's office needed a deposit. The message told them to go to a store near the AFIT campus, hand over a barcode and pay cash. The official took the money and disappeared. The victim probably left the store feeling confused, called a friend for help and maybe filed a police report. The money was likely gone and the scammer probably moved on to another store, hoping the next visitor would be just as trusting. The authorities would eventually warn others, but the loss stays with the tourist. Another place that feels risky is the big box store wireless kiosk near the campus. A salesman promised a free phone and a cheap plan, then signed the buyer up for hidden insurance and higher monthly fees. The tourist likely noticed the extra charge on a later bill, tried to call the carrier, and got a vague answer that the promotion had ended. They probably felt ripped off and might have tried to dispute the charge, while the kiosk operator probably kept the profit and hoped no one would return. The carrier might investigate, but the scammer usually stays under the radar. The third incident involved Facebook Marketplace meetups right outside a grocery store close to the institute. Two people arranged to swap a phone for cash, but the seller gave a broken device and walked away with the money. The buyer probably felt embarrassed, maybe posted a warning online, and the scammer likely used the same spot for more tricks, counting on tourists thinking the public area is safe. The police might increase patrols, but the loss remains with the visitor. It is painful to see how these little deceptions hide in plain sight around Air Force Institute of Technology, Wright-Patterson AFB, especially for anyone staying only a short 2 weeks.
The businesses circling the Air Force Institute of Technology at Wright-Patterson feel like they were all built on the same Monday morning, after everyone lost the instruction manual. You walk in expecting the polished version of Ohio, the one the base brochures promise, and instead you meet a kind of sleepy daylight robbery. Quiet, polite, and somehow still emptying your wallet faster than a slot machine with a guilty conscience. Start with the spas, because nothing says, relax, like paying a week's salary to be bruised by a stranger. Around here, every massage table seems to come with a hidden surcharge for pain. Woodhouse Day Spa, just outside the gate, charges luxury prices, then hands you a therapist who confuses deep tissue with deep damage. One guest begged for lighter pressure, got it, and still left the color of an overripe plum, icing 3-day-old ache like he had gone 12 rounds with the base boxing team. Another birthday pair arrived, gift certificates in hand, only to be told half the appointment had vanished into the same black hole that swallows enlisted paperwork they left with matching frowns and a receipt for nothing. Even the foot rubs are suspect reflexology turns out to be really good foot massage, performed by someone who admits she isn't licensed, which is the spa version of discovering your parachute was packed by the guy who usually fuels jets. The front desk staff. Imagine calling to buy mom a gift card and being placed on hold so long you could have driven to mom's house, hugged her, and driven back before anyone remembered the phone was off mute. In short, the spas near Wright-Pat will loosen your knots by adding new ones, tied neatly around your bank account. Restaurants are no kinder. Thai 9 sits 10 minutes down the road looking elegant, but the kitchen appears to be operating on a dare. Pad Thai arrives shy on protein, heavy on sugar, and lukewarm, like someone whispered the recipe from across the street during a rainstorm. Sushi gets chopped into greasy popcorn balls after an apparent fryer rebellion. One diner's salmonella adventure ended in a 5-day hospital tour. And when she phoned to warn them, the manager answered with the enthusiasm of a guard checking IDs at 400. Oh, okay, I'll tell someone. Portions shrink, prices balloon, and the once famous ginger dressing has been replaced by salty brown water that tastes like it was wrung out of a mop. Even the mosquitoes inside the dining room seem embarrassed, hovering as if to apologize for the menu. If you ask for extra peanut sauce, the staff act like you requested state secrets. 2 employees will interrogate the receipt while your rice grows cold and your patience files for early retirement. So yes, the restaurants near the Institute will feed you, just enough to make you miss the DFAC back on base. Markets pretend to be quaint. 2nd Street Market packs itself into a hallway so narrow you can read the vendor's price tags backward in someone else's glasses. Shoppers bump and grind like an unchoreographed flash mob, elbows sharper than dress blues at inspection. One couple stopped to sniff artisan olive oil and nearly triggered a domestic incident when a passerby body-checked grandma out of the way. Produce, picked over and proud of it, $6 for tomatoes that look like they lost the will to live. Half the stalls close early, so the market feels half awake, half annoyed, half empty, 3 halves that simply do not add up. And if you dare mention the wrong political t-shirt at a booth, prepare for a civics lecture loud enough to echo off the commemorative Air Force plaques outside. In short, the markets here sell ambience by the ounce, then charge artisan prices for the oxygen you inhale while deciding to leave. Put Put together, the whole commercial halo around Wright-Patterson behaves like a stealth bomber. You never see the real cost until the payload hits. Spies bruise you, restaurants poison you, markets mug you with politeness.
Each receipt feels like a gentle pat on the shoulder followed by a hand slipping into your pocket, and the staff, everywhere, carry that particular exhaustion of people who know you can't go anywhere else without driving another 20 minutes past cornfields and caution lights. So if you are TDY, PCS, or just passing through on a dare, pack patience the way you pack socks abundantly and expecting holes. Bring your own peanut sauce, your own reflexology certificate, maybe even your own tomatoes. Treat every local business like a sortie. Plan the exit, watch your six, and never assume the glossy storefront equals safety, because near the Air Force Institute of Technology, the lesson is the